and welcome to Lakers Live Postgame Show with Jonathan, Aaron, Medina, Erod, and Manny. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Doing good.
Good.
Going good, bro.
Lakers get the win 109-18. Go ahead, Aaron, take it away.
Lakers getting the win. I mean, 115, 108. And you know what? My guy was Davis tonight. He wasn't himself, you could tell, obviously. But I think the more attention to it was, still got 17 points, 17 and 10. I still say at least you average your double-digit points. We know whose night it was, and it was LeBron James' night.
Oh, yeah. LeBron came back home tonight, not to visit, but to dominate. I mean, he ended off the game with 46 points, 8 rebounds. He had 7 three-pointers. I mean, he might not be playing for Cleveland anymore, but he sure showed them tonight that he still owns the court. I mean, he had a magnificent game from the first quarter till the fourth. I mean, he started off strong and he ended off just that way.
Yeah, most definitely. Marc Gasol played like trash. Get him out of LA and get somebody better for him. I didn't like how Marc Gasol played. The team didn't really do that well tonight. LeBron took over.
For real, LeBron took over because man was LeBron really in his night tonight. Like even that moment where he hit that what's it called logo 3-pointer. Man, I like jumped out of my seat watching that, bro. To be honest with y'all, but I want to talk about my man right now, Dennis Schroeder. Man, like 4 for 9 over 1, 10 points. Now. He could be better, to tell you the truth. Hopefully he could improve for the next game. Now, the next game, I believe, is Wednesday, right? Against Philly.
Wednesday.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, after the tragedy day, hopefully the Lakers can get back to concentrating, and hopefully we can play better.
Go ahead, Manny.
Honestly, what's there to say about LeBron? He beasted it, and he showed that, like Medina said, he showed that he still owns Cleveland. That's franchise. And I'll talk briefly about LeBron. He had 46 points. He had 8 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 7 for 11 from 3. Impressive. 19 for 26 from the field. That's like 50%. Very, very good. Gasol, you're trash. I want you gone. That's one thing I want to say. Dennis Schroeder, 10 points, shot 4 for 9 from the field. Only attempted 1 pointer. It's not so bad. KCP shot horrible from 3, but he had 10 points. The 3-point shooting was horrible. We shot 31.3% from 3. I feel like we should do better. I'm even surprised we even won this game, to tell you the truth. But shout out to Montrezl Harrell. I've been saying it every show that we're going live here, and I'm still going to say it. 6th man of the year. It's not a debate. I don't care about any other player in the league, but not only because he's getting like 15, 16 points on the night, but also because his intensity. He shot 6 for 9 from the field. Very, very good. And he shows a lot of aggression. Shot 6 rebounds as well. Alex Caruso, you got a bad game. You're still the leader in 3 points in the NBA. So I can't get mad at you. It's one bad game. Everybody has a bad game. But the one thing I didn't like is the rebounding. The reason why is because Andre Drummond, we know he's a great center, but we let him get 17 rebounds. Like our 4 and 5s, it's unacceptable. I want to see us guard the paint more. That was not nice what we did. But I'll take the
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'll bring in Corey from Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. What's going on, Corey?
Hey.
What's going on?
I was on mute. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good, man. Give us your thought process of the game overall tonight. What'd you think?
Obviously, you can't glance over the 46-point game from LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
He shot the ball really well, 73% from the field. But there are some concerns, about this game that I came on kind of late, so I'm not sure if anybody addressed it. AD, he's not the same. He's playing a little different. You want AD to kind of take the bulk of this offense over. You don't want LeBron in year 18 putting up this kind of performance like this. I mean, he's capable of doing what we know, but we got to save those legs for the playoffs. We got to say these kind of games for the playoffs. This is a Cleveland team. Like, let's be honest. Like, are they even playoff contenders? I mean, they took 2 games off of Brooklyn, but I don't want to see the Lakers, squeaking by a team like this. And I would like to see AD contribute a lot more. LeBron has said himself that he wants AD to lead this team, and that's just not happening this year. I don't know if it's the championship that he's won. He's kind of taking a step back. We've seen this before, kind of getting to that slump. He's still probably in celebratory mode, but the season is back, and we're gonna need AD to pick it up. Also Marc Gasol. I mean, he's getting to the point where he's unplayable. I think it was said that the rebounding was a little off tonight because of Andre Drummond, but our bigs, we should, Dwight. We don't have JaVale anymore. We got Marc Gasol, and I just feel like we should have kept at least one of them if we was gonna have this kind of production. It's getting to the point where he's unplayable, and I'm a little concerned just because even though it's a win, it's a win. I'm not gonna sit here and make too much about a win, but we have to pick it up a little bit better.
Yep, most definitely, Corey. You keep it 100, man, and you kept the 100, man. And as far as Marc Gasol, like I said earlier, get him out of LA. But as far as like the whole we should have kept Dwight, JaVale McGee. The Lakers felt like it was the best interest to let them go, and according to my sources, Dwight got rushed to take the Laker deal, and according to my sources, Dwight went somewhere else as a Philly. So it's unfortunate, So at the end of the day, man, we'll learn from this game. I know we won, but you can't give up the lead. You're up 14, and then sure enough, lackadaisical defense, man. Too many points in the paint. Unacceptable. If we want to win championship, you got to play defense, defense, rebound. I'm not surprised about the Lakers giving up that 14-point lead and struggling against Cleveland. I'm not surprised. We've seen it time and time again. We got to get it together, Lakers. We got to get it together.
Yeah. We were talking about it earlier, and 60-52, you cannot give up 60 points in the paint to a Cleveland team. You just let Andre Drummond and JaVale, you let them school you pretty much in this game. And this just shows, in a perfect scenario, if Gasol was healthy, I don't know if it's health that's related to why he hasn't been playing well. He looks slow when he's running back. I don't know if he's not healthy or what is it. But it typically on paper, you would think, okay, cool, Gasol's going to have a great matchup because it's going to be him playing bully ball against Drummond the entire night. That way AD doesn't have to play so much of the center, which he does not like playing, but he will do it because it's basketball and he knows it'll help his team win. When you don't have that kind of defensive guy in there stepping up, scoring his points. Also, the fact is, if you catch the ball and you get a pass right next to the basketball, right next to the hoop, you need to put it in. Like, there's no reason why you should have had to worry about going to the foul line unless they fouled you already when you hit the rim. But, this is the kind of disappointing stuff that we've been seeing from Gasol. I think you're going to see some answers about it. I would not be surprised if soon we see a lineup change, because I feel like Montrezl Harrell did a better job doing the best he could on Drummond, and Davis did. Both of them combined did a better job than Gasol even did. I mean, you get 3 fouls in the game in the first quarter, there's something really wrong.
I also want to make one other point. I didn't want to step over anybody, but I think AD shoots the ball way too much. I would like to see him do more back to the basket moves, kind of get in there and play physical, because it doesn't make any sense, because he's starting to scale back and he's starting to look soft again in the paint. And it seems like he's scared to get in there. And like, we need him to get on the block a little bit more. He shoots the ball way too much.
Yeah. Go ahead, Medina.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like AD, if he's having a bad shooting game, then he should be rebounding the ball more. He should be blocking the ball more. He should be having more assists. And also, Gasol, I wanted to have some faith in him tonight. You guys know that I was the only one that was rooting for him. But after tonight's game, man, he's just playing too soft. He's lacking in confidence. We cannot have that. We should not be sitting there wishing that we could have JaVale McGee back on our team. That should not be happening. He was a great player, but we let him go for a reason. But we shouldn't feel like we need him back. Gasol needs to step it up. I think Aaron was saying this earlier. I mean, when AD's having a bad game, we need someone to step up. We need someone to, play center because AD doesn't like playing center. And Gasol can't just be lacking on that. He needs to be more aggressive. He needs to take those shots. He should not have only 2 points per game. That's unacceptable. But I mean, for me personally, I believe that the key to win this game tonight was LeBron James. I mean, pretty much all of my predictions came true tonight, except that I said that he would score 35 points, but he ended up scoring 46. I mean, LeBron, I feel like the whole Laker team was just sleeping today because they knew LeBron was going to come out and just dominate. But that's not okay either. Everyone should have played, their best game tonight. But it was the opposite of that. It shouldn't just be on LeBron to carry on the team. I mean, he's the king. We know that. He's 36 years old and he's playing better than ever, I feel like, every game. But, they need to play as a team. They can't just be depending on him to pick up one game or depending on AD to pick up another game. Like, they all need to come together and start playing good offense and defense. And I don't know. I feel like personally, all of them besides LeBron had a pretty shitty game tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. As far as Andre Drummond, I said you gotta defend the paint. Lakers didn't defend the paint. He had 25 points, 17 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds. Andre Drummond did anything he wanted to in the paint. Lakers gotta close that lane defensively. Darius Garland or Colin Sexton had 17 points. I said pregame show that Lakers gotta come out and defend. They defended pretty good. 6 for 17, but he was in foul trouble too. But overall, Lakers defense needs to step up. I know we only beat Cleveland. We got a tough road trip, tough game on Wednesday. And if Lakers don't get their defensive assignments together, Joel Embiid is going to get 50 on us. I'm calling it right now. If Lakers defense doesn't come together on Wednesday, Joel Embiid will get 50.
Oh, you can't even forget. You can't leave out Joel Embiid without saying Dwight Howard too. I mean, he's playing great on that team. He's playing great on Philly. He's around another big guy, and he's a trouble too. I mean, we saw how good in the paint he is, but also back to this game tonight is Osman. This guy CD Osman. You can't let him score like Seti 20 points in the game. Didn't do much. 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Still, you can't have like a nobody going off on you and say, hey, I'm gonna get a little lackadaisical. We saw that again in the third quarter. We talked about it in the pregame show and saying, hey, second halves, you got to come out great. You're not supposed to come out in the second half and let them start 10-2 run to start the second half. And I said, here we go again. Lakers defense is falling asleep. And then they didn't have a basket, I think, for like 5 minutes or so. So.
Go ahead, Manny.
No, honestly, in my opinion, I get what Medina said about, we shouldn't be wishing Dwight Howard and McGee are back. But, Dwight Howard, I don't really blame just because, he left in free agency. I say this every stream, and I'm still going to say it. I'm calling you out, Rob. That was a stupid trade made. I'm still going to say it. Alfonso McKinney doesn't even play. If he actually played and got minutes and actually was out on the court, I wouldn't be saying much. But it's the fact that we traded McGee for a guy who's not even getting minutes. That's what I don't understand. Gasol is not better than McGee. I'm not happy with the fact that trade, and it showed tonight. Even though McGee wasn't looking great, he was still better than Gasol. I'm sorry, I'm still gonna call Rob out on that.
Go ahead, Aaron. Take this long question or this text thing. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Mission to beat us. It showed I really felt like McGee wanted to stay a Laker. The Cavs were coming off a bad loss. They're putting up a fight against us. No excuses losing the lead. Cavs were hungry for a win. Yes, they were. Even though they didn't get it, Kuz was giving us defense. Caruso divvy. Absolutely. The Cavs definitely were hungry to come out and get a win on us. They definitely said, I'm sure JaVale McGee too and help said, hey, I want to beat my team. I want to come out here and beat this team and make them pay for giving me up. He did make them pay. Don't get me wrong. He made them pay in the paint because he still got his way. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some matchups where he guarded AD and, they had some fun with it, which is understandable. At least it's going to make it a little bit harder. But, I mean, absolutely. I felt like Montrezl Harrell was huge in the fourth quarter. Kuz actually stepped up his defense. I think he got I think he had over 8 rebounds in the game. And I think he had 2 offensive rebounds or so. But he was doing what he can. We always say, and LeBron says it a lot, is if Kuzma is being active in the game, active in the post, going after loose balls, going after for steals, being aggressive there, he's part of their leading scorer. LeBron considers him as him, AD, and him, and Kuz. So, when Kuz is doing things, even if he didn't score much, I was glad to see him doing, being involved with the defense and the offense. But I mean, there's no excuses, as Nina said, no excuses at all for us to give up the lead. I mean, we should have easily handed this team at least. I would have been happy at least with a 15, 20 point win. But I felt like, again, we let Colin Sexton and we let their other guys and Drummond, we let them keep getting close in the game. And as soon as I saw that, I said it just looks like we're a step slow on our rotations, on defense. We were a step slow on our offense. And when we weren't getting our calls, Schroeder whined about a call he didn't get, and there they go. They get a 5-on-4 fast break because one guy again is not getting back on defense, and you can't do that. Like Joel Embiid, the Sixers team that we're gonna play on Wednesday will absolutely make you pay, not only for the defensive end, but a perfect game like this where Ben Simmons could say, "Let me be a little barbecue chicken tonight." Go ahead, Medina.
Yeah, I mean, we can't underestimate the Cavs. I mean, they're a pretty good team so far this year. We should give them a little more credit. I mean, I wish that the Lakers could have at least won by a good 10 to 15 points. I believe they won by 7. I mean, but the Cavs came out strong tonight. It was a pretty aggressive, physical game. They both wanted this win, but LeBron wanted it more than anyone else, obviously. I mean, he was on fire tonight. I mean, I'm going to talk about LeBron again for a second, just knocking down back-to-back threes in that last quarter and, driving in the paint, getting those easy layups. And, he wanted this game tonight. He wanted to win back in his hometown tonight. And because of him, we got that W, or else, yeah, I think we would have been the ones to lose by 10 points tonight if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, most definitely. LeBron turned up. He had that Kobe mentality of taking over. I like that aggressiveness from LeBron. LeBron turned up. And that's what I want to see from LeBron every night. Not just against the Cavaliers. Do that against Philly. He's capable of doing that against other teams. But I like that aggressiveness from LeBron. Because when LeBron's that aggressiveness, the Lakers are hard to beat, so it's all good. I like what LeBron did in that fourth quarter.
Go ahead, Manny.
No, but honestly, you guys said, you're totally on point. Philly will murder us on Wednesday if we don't rebound and we don't get our stuff together on D, and if we don't do our stuff in the paint. Joel Embiid has the capable of getting 45 and 10 on us. Probably more if we keep playing soft in the paint, and if we keep giving 60, 70 points up in the paint. That was unacceptable. And also, was another good rebounder on the Sixers? Dwight Howard. And if Dwight Howard gets on us, Dwight Howard would eat Marc Gasol right now for breakfast, and that's the problem. If we don't get our crap together in practice, I want Vogel to do some rebounding drills after the game. If he does that, I think it should be a little bit of an improvement. Now, I wouldn't say a big improvement, but it would help out a little bit. And also, kudos to LeBron. He had an amazing game. But I want to see him guard Ben Simmons on Wednesday also, because Ben Simmons has the physicality like LeBron. The only thing he doesn't have that LeBron has is the shooting. But because Ben Simmons is a very good defender and a very good rebounder. So if we want somebody on Ben Simmons as well, Vogel, if you're listening to this, which you're probably not, put LeBron on Simmons. It's going to make the matchup even better. And also, rest in peace to the legend Kobe, because where I live, it's past midnight and it's January 26th. I just want to say rest in peace to Kobe. 1 year anniversary. Shout out to Vanessa and his daughters. Thinking of you guys.
Yeah, what's up, Brian? Thanks for calling. What do you guys think of KCP? We should never sign him. Hey, Corey, what do you think of KCP, man? That's your favorite player, man.
Oh,
What you think
hell no. Who wrote this?
You know, KCP is hit or miss in my book. I mean, he's good one night, he's bad one night. But I mean, obviously he's in NBA, so that's all I can say.
Yeah, most definitely. But like, I get why they re-signed him, because I really thought he was out of here. I thought he was going to be traded or not re-signed, or thought the Lakers were going to trade him, but Lakers see something in him for the long term, I guess. But that's wouldn't be surprised that down the road they're going to trade him. KCP has his moments, just like Corey said, man. Like 3-pointers. There's times where he had shot hella threes and 21 points. I can see it. And what up, Dre? What's good? What's good?
He was good? 1 of 8.
What's good, Dre? What's good? Thanks for the comments. Can't believe it, but yes, it's unfortunate. Like Nipsey always says, marathon continues.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with that comment about KCP, honestly, I mean, it would have been very dumb for. I'll simplify it. It would be very dumb if the Lakers did not sign him, because number one, he's a hell of a scorer, and if you have a bad game, you're human. Remember, let's think. We're all basketball fans. We're all basketball fans here. You're not gonna shoot 5 for 5 from the three every night, or you're not gonna go off for 15, 20 points in the game. And you know what? You are human, because you're not gonna have a good game all the time. And he just didn't have a good game. Neither did Caruso. So you shake it off. It was about LeBron tonight. We know it was about LeBron tonight. I feel like with some of the other comments that we've seen, I feel like definitely LeBron shouldn't have had to play the fourth quarter. But don't get me wrong. He knew he wanted to come out here. You knew he hasn't been in Cleveland in 2 years. And he wanted to put on a show. There's fans in the stands. What more are you going to ask for a guy? And thank God he only played 30 minutes in the last game. If he played like 38 minutes, 40 minutes in the last game, then I would have said, okay, like that's 2 games in a row you've had to have him play a bunch of minutes. But overall, KCP, glad we re-signed him, and I'm glad he's human.
Yeah, I agree. KCP is definitely one of our best players. Not his best game tonight. I think even LeBron was getting frustrated with him at some point when he kept fouling. Was it Drummond that he kept fouling? I believe. LeBron he just had enough with him at that point.
Yeah, most definitely. It happens. And also, too, hey, thank you to that Cleveland fans for talking mess to LeBron, because there was a play where he missed the end of the third quarter buzzer, looked at the fan, and just went, okay. That's what I like to see from LeBron. Take that. You know what Kobe would have done? If that was him, he would have been like, okay, he would have dropped 55. But LeBron did his thing in that fourth quarter. That's the energy I like to see from you, LeBron. Talk back to the fans, man. That's why I love this. I love that aggression. And thank you to that fan that did that, because it woke LeBron up. I never seen that fire in LeBron before in any game. But thank you to that fan. Appreciate you.
Oh, go ahead, Manny.
Okay, Brian. Shout out to you with the RIP Kobe and Gigi, because I respect you on that. But why would you say that KCP we shouldn't have? Did you watch him in the playoffs? Did you not see what he did in the playoffs in the bubble? He was our third best player in the bubble. He's like the third or fourth reason why we won the championship. And he's been a consistent shooter last year and this year. After one bad game and you say that? Come on now. Like I was pretty idiotic of that comment, but I guess you're entitled to your opinion.
Brian, how's it going, Big Baby Jonathan? Sorry about your dad passing. I'm here for you if you need any. Yeah, you already know the vibes. It's unfortunate, Marathon continues. Braun in the fourth quarter built different. Yeah, he built different. And Skip Bayless, man, is gonna say something like, "Oh, it doesn't count because it's against Cleveland." Kawhi did this. He'd be popping champagne, and he's not gonna give us credit. It's okay. LeBron's gonna continue to show what he's great of. And here's everybody's talking about, oh, Lakers are undefeated on the road, undefeated. I get that, but Philly and Boston are gonna be the tough. See where we're at. We're gonna be tested on those games, and I feel like the only way for us to beat Philly lost to Detroit tonight. But for whatever reason, teams that before they play the Lakers, they get blown out. They can't make anything, but as soon as they play us, they want to have their career highs, best field goal percentage of the season. But I expect the Lakers to come out and dominate early that game. I'm going to be at work, by the way. I won't do pregame show, but I will do postgame show. But overall, man, Lakers got to get together, man. 10-0 on the road. Might as well just keep the Lakers on the road at this point, guys. You guys agree?
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
you play great. You play great. Theoretically, you play great on the road. The road, yes, the road is important, but I mean Staples Center, you got to guard your home court. You can't let these teams win. At least come out there and I know Bill and Stu were talking about it on the broadcast. Lakers, when they come back from this road trip, they're going to be home for a bit, so plenty of time. However we finish up on this road trip, plenty of time to actually get that home record up, so the home record doesn't look as bad as it does right now. And the road record and home record could similarly be the same. But, let's just see how long it keeps going. I mean, they're going to have a difficult time on Wednesday. And, I look forward to the matchup. This is going to test their defense. And, we said, hey, if your defense is good, you're going to win this game. But you got two big guys to deal with. Go ahead, Medina.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch the Philly game, but I mean, sorry, Jonathan. I know you don't want to hear this again, but I mean, I have faith in the Lakers. They're undefeated on the road, so I have no doubt in my mind that they're gonna win against Philly and the Celtics. I just feel like they have more motivation when it comes to playing on the road. I believe I even said this on the pregame show earlier. I think the Lakers have just been lacking on their home games because they just don't have that fan energy to keep them going. So I think when they're on the road, they just have that motivation to just win. They have to win because they're not at home. I mean, they've been playing better on the road, so I feel like they're going to keep it up for sure. For sure, they're going to win. I mean, I know they're scary teams, but I mean, if the Cavs can beat, the Nets and Philly, I mean, the Lakers can too, no doubt about it.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. And I ain't scared of nobody in the NBA. I want all the smoke from anybody that comes to really. I want the Clippers. I want Brooklyn. I want the 2001 Lakers. I ain't scared of no team.
Nope.
And I have all confidence in my Lakers. I have confidence in LeBron to get this done. Road game trip. But, as far as playing at home, I think we're going to. Here's the reason I feel like they're struggling at home without the fans. I know they're on the road, getting away from LA, getting away from Staples Center. But I feel like not being at Staples Center and see the fans, seeing the crowd going crazy, it's affecting them. I feel like at home. But once they get gelled together at home, because we haven't had a good home stretch yet of wins. We lose one, win one, lose one, win one. So it's like a back and forth thing. So at the end of the day, I expect Lakers to finish out the road on a positive note and then get back to their winning ways when they get back to Staples Center. Go ahead, Manny.
In my opinion, the home record is kind of lackluster at 4-4, but Laker Nation, relax. You want to know why? Because even though we're 10-0 on the road and we're 4-4 on the road, on the road, all that matters is this: we don't care whether we're first seed or 8th seed. All we care about are one of these. We want to go back to back. Whether we're 60 wins or whether we have 40 wins, as long as we get to the playoffs, there's only one thing that we care about. We don't care about the first round, we don't care about the second round, we don't care about the third round, the final. Lakers organization is about chips. Period. I remember when, even though I didn't like Byron Scott as a coach in the past, what he said in his press conference is what I'm going to say. That's what he said. This organization is about the chips. Period. We don't care about Western Conference Finals. We don't care about Western Conference Championships. Like we care about championships here. And if and whether we're good on home, whether we're good on the road, doesn't matter. We just care about winning it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you play. In the end of the day, you're playing to be in. You're playing. In the end of the day, you're playing to be playing in June. And if you're playing in June, then you are almost to your goal. But, obviously, the way they've been playing the last few games, obviously, let's see how different this game will be against the Sixers. And this is a good test, and this is good. I think this is going to give an idea to Pelinka and the upper management, Jeannie Buss, and say, hey, this is the kind of where we're looking at. This is what we're struggling in. Obviously, the paint. How can we improve our team? And we'll definitely see how things go when it comes to the trade deadline and see whose names get thrown around.
Yeah. Oh. Go ahead,
Medina.
Medina.
Well, I mean, overall, I want to get back to talking about tonight's game. I know it was a little frustrating to watch at some points. I know we had that 12-point lead, and I know us Laker fans, we were frustrated with losing that lead at some point, and I believe the Cavs were up by like 5 points by the third quarter. But I mean, we came out strong, and LeBron came out strong. Sorry, let me rephrase that. And we ended off strong because of him. So I just think that these next few games, I think there's 3 more road games that they have this week before they're finally back at home. I think tonight was a good little preparation for what they're in store for. So I'm glad we had this win. But I think while the mistakes that they had made tonight, they can learn from it. So that way we can come out stronger for the next 3 games.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. Lakers need to keep controlling the game more. Yeah, most definitely. Jay, always in the comments, man. Appreciate you tuning in each and every podcast, man. Salute. Yeah, control the tempo, control the game, and here's the thing that I like. It's on the stat sheet. Kyle Kuzma's starting to become an underrated rebounder. He'd be going over there, getting rebounds over people. Second chance points, second chance opportunities. I love what I see from Kuzma. His defense is getting better each and every game. I see it improve, but he's instead of scoring, sometimes he says, "Okay, let me get rebounds." Second chance opportunities from Kuzma. I love what I see from Kuzma.
Yeah, I agree. Kuzma had 8 rebounds tonight, and he's been getting like 8-9 rebounds a lot in this season. Like, call me crazy on this, but I think he can I think he could play the 4. Like he's known for playing the 3, but if he could play the 4 some games, I think it would be pretty good because even the 5, like let's just say like if Gasol is playing like trash because he's done that all year, if you want to put the bench unit in, because Gasol can play a bit of 5. Kuzma can play a bit of 5. Like, yeah, he's not all enough to play a 5, but with the rebounds he's been getting, I think it can work. Like, Vogel should try that out, especially though we're number 1 in the league. He can try that out, and I wouldn't be upset about that.
Yeah. Also, like what Nina said, that these teams, tonight's game is a perfect example to show. It doesn't matter. Cleveland could have let's just say Cleveland could have the worst record in the entire league. Every team that the Lakers play, it doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter if it's the regular season, whatever it is. They want to come out there and give their energy. Whether Cleveland was coming off a back-to-back, don't get me wrong, they're going to be most tired. But I mean, any team that the Lakers are going to play, you have to keep your foot on the gas and know that just because of your record doesn't mean anything. Unfortunately, right now in the NBA, as we saw, the Nets, no matter how good they were, no matter how good their team is, it doesn't matter what their record was because Cleveland showed up, beat them 2 games in a row with their star players because they played harder than them. So, I could see that too happening where, we're going to get a little lackluster. And you know what? If we do have a game where we lose to like the Pistons or something because we just looked checked out in the game, that team's going to say, look, we just beat the best team. And that's something for the Lakers to say, look, all right, this is the things we need to work on. We can't let this slide anymore. We got away with it, and we're letting these teams crawl back in the game. So definitely want to see them change it around the next game. Go ahead, Medina.
Sorry, I was just reading some of the comments here.
Yeah.
I want to point out, I see Gasol in person. I am giving him a contract to sign up. And I still want to have some faith in Gasol. I feel like there's still so much time to see improvement from him. I still want to have that faith in him. I mean, I put that same faith in Danny Green last year, though. I mean, he wasn't that big of a disappointment, but it impacted the team significantly when we got rid of him and we got Schroeder instead. So I really hope Gasol steps it up. I know we were all frustrated with him tonight. We've been frustrated with him, but I mean we have to give him a chance. Like I don't think we can trade him anytime soon. So we have to work what we have right now. And I mean the best he can do is, like I said earlier, he just has to come off stronger, and he needs to learn from his mistakes from these last few games, especially tonight. He needs to step it up.
Yeah, most definitely, And Gasol at center, Jay, you funny. And Gasol at center freshers, yeah, most definitely, But it's a long season, man. It's a long season. If he turns up in the playoffs and wins us in the championship, kudos. But as of right now, I feel like we should make a start lineup change. Maybe play AD at the center, Trez at power forward, LeBron small forward, shooting guard usual, KCP and Dennis Schroeder. But at the end of the day, it's a marathon. You're gonna have highs and lows. But at the end of the day, we'll be all right. But make an announcement. If you guys want to be a part of our Lakers special tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. West Coast time, we're gonna have Profanity Nations on. We're gonna have some other special guests. So make sure you guys tune in live. That is it from Lakers Live post game show with Aaron, Manny, and Medina. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and hope you guys have a blessed night. Go Lakers!
Let's go Lakers!